Who's got a beard that's long and white? Santa's got a beard that's long and white. Who comes around on a special night? Santa comes around on a special night. Special night. Beard that's white. Must be Santa. Must be Santa. Must be Santa. Santa Claus. Here we go. Who wears boots in a suit of red? Santa wears boots in a suit of red. Who wears a long cap on his head? Santa wears a long cap on his head. Cap on head, suit that's red. Special night, beard that's white. Must be Santa. Oh man,
Dude, that's
you know
a
that one?
tongue twister, man.
It goes further. It goes. Who's
Is
got
that
a
a
big red
drinking
cherry?
song?
It could be. It could be. There is some similar drinking song to that one, but it was who's got a big red cherry nose? Who laughs this way? Ho ho ho! So it goes ho ho ho. Cherry nose, cap on head, suit that's red. Special night. So during the holidays, this came on, and Christy's parents are constantly were like asking me, and Christy too, like, "What's your favorite Christmas song?" And I'm like, I don't really like have a like. I'm not a huge like Christmas guy,
Mhm.
but I was like, there's a Dominic the Donkey, which is like an Italian Christmas song,
Okay.
and then this one came on. I'm like, oh, this one is fire. So I just tried to learn at the
Who
break.
sings that one? Is that like an old classic?
I have no idea, honestly.
Dude, I
Yeah,
feel
it's
like the
one of those
way
old.
the tunes go and how fast paced it is, it's got to be like a Christmas drinking song.
Oh, it's got to be. It's got to be.
It's got to be. But yeah, how was your holiday, man? Give us the lowdown on Michigan. I know you feeling a little bit underneath the weather, man, but
Yeah, it was like probably last like Wednesday. Once we touched on Michigan, started getting like a little bit of a cough. And I was like, damn, what the hell? And then shit just hit the fan like every day in the afternoon, took a nap, just couldn't sleep. No fever. So like I don't think it was like the flu or COVID. But man, something's going around because we had a ton of cancellations, just in our clinic as well. And I don't know, everyone in New York was getting sick. I'm not sure if that happens in Florida because, like, obviously it's warmer by you guys, but
it's not that. I feel like it hasn't really been as bad as it previously has been in the past. I know when school first started, like end of August, there's a slew of, kind of a wave of people kind of getting sick. Kids are basically like sick magnets, I feel like. And so kind of when school started, there's this flu of that. But I haven't really noticed much on our end down here in Florida. But yeah, like you said, I think it's probably the fact that it's, like 68, 70 degrees. Like last week during Christmas, I walked outside, dude, it was like 75 degrees out.
oh man,
Yeah,
we were. Yeah, it was like snowing. There was freezing rain warning in Michigan. It was rough. But what is it?
Any good Christmas meals, man?
Dude,
I'm a
are you
big
familiar
food
with
guy.
it?
Give me the food rundown, man.
Usually we do seven fishes at a sea.
Okay. I mean,
That's
dude,
an
we do that as
Italian.
well too. Yeah, but what was the seven fishes at sea that y'all had? The seven seafood.
They do a bacala, so like a cod in a like angel hair pasta, stuffed squid, shrimp, cocktail, calamari, fried smelts.
Ooh, what?
They usually do fried anchovy balls.
Okay.
We didn't do that this year. And then there's one more that I can't think of off the top of my head. We did 6 this year. What about you guys?
Cool. Yeah. So for this,
lobster.
Oh, damn! You guys balled out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. For those of you guys that don't know, me and Andy's wives, they're Italian, and I didn't know this until when I first started dating Catherine. But seven fishes of the sea apparently is like a very popular, common, Italian tradition that they'll do on Christmas Eve night, right before Christmas Day. For us, I think we had like a smoked tuna dip for one. Another one was baked oysters, and then another one was same thing, the cocktail shrimp. So those are the 3 appetizers. And then for the main, every year, dude, I love whole fish. I don't know about you, man, but like I could crush a whole fish. There's something about kind of like,
Chinese theme whole fish, baby.
It's so good. Yeah. Something about picking apart like the bones and stuff, slowly taking your time with it, making sure you get the eyeballs out too, But
you eat the eyeball?
Oh yeah, I love sucking on the eyeballs, man. Best part.
Dude, that is you're a boomer for that one.
And then yeah, we had a steamed fish, whole steamed fish, and then there was a seafood pasta dish. So I think that was four. And then in the seafood pasta
Wait,
dish,
when non-Asians do whole steamed fish, what actually happens? 'Cause I've never had a steamed fish that's not
it's
Asian.
baked. It's baked. Sorry.
Ah,
Yeah, not steamed. Just baked. So baked.
I got you.
And then yeah, with like some seasonings on there. Now I think like the Asian way to do it, where would they do it with the hot oil and the soy sauce and the scallions and the green onions, like so good. But yeah, and then the last three seafood was, I think, yeah, like it was a seafood pasta, calamari, um, what was it? What was else was in there? Some sort of other kind of fish, and then there's one more type of seafood in there that I'm like, oh, clams.
Damn, that's fucking dope.
Yeah, you got like be creative with like 7 different seafoods, man, to kind of fit in. But yeah, I love that. And then what do
Yeah,
y'all
we
do
hit
for Christmas dinner?
Christmas
Do y'all do
dinner
like
was
Christmas lunch?
the lunch is usually like a spread, so there's like charcuterie and like they usually do the same things, like some sort of like stuffed mushroom, some sort of what is that, like kielbasi. Like her mom is like a little bit Eastern European, so like they have a couple of those things. But the dinner itself is usually ravioli, but this year they made lasagna, and then they
Oh,
make
yeah.
Italian wedding soup from scratch.
Banger. Yeah, we
So
do
good.
just like a Thanksgiving spread. So
Ooh.
yeah, so turkey, green bean casserole. Have you ever had was it, I think it's called creamed corn casserole?
Oh yeah, that's my
I
favorite
had
cream of.
that for the first time like I think like 2 years ago, and I was like, dude, this thing slaps. I was like, this is really, really good. I mean, granted, it's not healthy for you, but it's so
No,
good.
that stuffing turkey, it kind of like moistens it. It's fucking delicious.
Mm.
But
Dessert, apple pie and ice cream. Yeah.
just Christmas cookies on this end. And then we wake up Christmas morning is actually my favorite meal. Christy and her mom makes like a biscuit, sausage, egg, and cheese casserole.
Ooh.
So that all of it's baked in, like
Yep.
eggs, and then they put it in. And then Christy makes usually like some sort of cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
And she made a gingerbread cinnamon roll this year. That
Ooh.
shit was
That
fire,
sounds
fire.
so good.
So good.
Yeah, I love Christmas holidays, man. Mostly just yeah, like food wise, it's so good. And you just you sleep good. Usually not too much stress going around.
Dude, I was looking
As much.
forward to the sleep, brother. I was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah. Because I, I
what
I I have a Oura ring, and so usually throughout the year, it'll always like tell me, all right, like, hey, you got this much sleep debt, and then, but yeah, this go about with these last couple of days, just because of how much sleep I'm getting. It's like, hey, I'm in the green.
oh man, what Christmas gift did you get? Did in-laws do Christmas gift for you?
Yeah, they got me a pair of the Meta glasses, the Meta Oakleys.
Ooh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
nice, nice.
So I've been playing around a little bit with those. So I think that was like a pretty cool gift. And then they got us a bunch of like gifts for Momo, for our cat.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, just a bunch of toys. I think those are kind of like the main things that I got. Yeah.
I got a Captain Crunch cereal, which is dope. Never had Captain Crunch before. And then got like cool like vintage champion sweater. It was just like a plain like vintage one. Mom got me a Michigan football jersey and just like basic stuff, some socks, toys for
Mhm.
Oliver. Like it was like originally because I've never gotten Christmas gifts before. When I
Yeah.
first came around, I got just as many gifts as like her and her sisters. It was like
Bro, same man.
10 to 13 gifts. Like,
Yeah, we didn't like really do Christmas like growing up in an Asian household, but yeah, same thing. Like when I first spent Christmas with my family, I was like, holy shit! Like, is this what it's like? Is
dude,
this
wake
what I'm missing?
when we wake up in the morning, like when her sisters are back, and like
Mhm.
before they used to do a lot of gifts. I was like, holy shit, there'd be 100 gifts in the ground. Like, it's just insane.
Yeah, there. What do you typically get her? What do you get her dad? I feel like that's
I
always something that I like struggle with every single year because I'm just like, dude, man, like with Catherine's dad, like he's he can get whatever he wants. The guy just pretty much has everything else. But how can you like think of something that's like thoughtful that still kind of like be a good gift? But yeah, what do you like? have you
I,
gotten?
I usually do something for like the whole family, and then in like the past like year or two, we've
Yeah.
stopped giving everyone gifts. We'll do like a secret Santa kind of situation.
Okay.
But in the past, it's like I've gotten everyone like a dope like fleece, and then another year I got everyone like a pair of sneakers. So and then now it's like I kind of when it comes to our parents, I will usually just gift them an experience because like they hate kind of going out by themselves. So like it was her mom's birthday. I gifted them like this really cool like Italian Mediterranean gift card
Oh
to a
yeah.
restaurant in downtown Detroit. So they've become foodies that indirectly because of these gift
Because
cards.
yeah, love that.
So every single like like Father's Day, Mother's Day, and Christmas, we usually give them like some sort of experience. This one, we got them a like a spa day together.
Dude, I might have
But that's
to.
kind of like it's just easier to do. Like you give like a
Yeah,
dope
sure. Because you
experience.
can like always change it up. Like every year, I'm like think about. So her dad's like really big into Tabasco. So I think like one year I got him like a Tabasco variety pack. And then this year I got him and my mother-in-law some Aura rings. So now I think like the entire family we're all on the Aura ring wave now.
I'm actually thinking about getting one soon. So it's just I got so many rings already. I got a wedding ring and a pinky ring. So like
Too
it's
many
just another
championships, man.
too many
But
rings, brother.
dude, you know
But there
the
is
so you know the
wait,
sensation.
Peter,
Hung
Peter, hold up. If your father-in-law likes hot sauces, there is like so many craft hot sauce things in Brooklyn. So like
Okay.
you could go in and sample like 100 different hot sauces, and
Shit.
they're all like solid, different like kinds of smoke, heat, etc., vinegar. It's awesome.
I feel like I need to refine my palate for that. You know how like certain people who are like really into coffee or wines, they'll like go and sample wine and be like, I can taste the notes of chocolate, or I can taste the notes of this. I feel like with
You need
hot
more
sauce,
Indian
like,
friends.
I don't have a refined hot sauce palate yet to taste all those different things. But yeah, I put it on the list for Brooklyn next time.
Yeah, I think I
Um,
might have just interrupted you as you were about to.
I was about to transit. All
You're
right,
about.
here we go. Here we go. All right, all good. So, all right, man. So, you know the sensation that you get from opening gifts and seeing the expressions of others when you gift them things, right? Like little little bits of like dopamine, right? But one of the other things, and one of the other experiences that you get bits of dopamine from throughout the year are simple wins, right? That occur in your personal life and or in business. And so let's do a quick recap on all the wins we had from this year, man. How's that transition? How's that transition?
I think that was good. That was good. Yeah, last week was crazy. Last week was fire. This was nine and a half, nine out of 10, 9 out of 10.
Not almost there.
Last week was like 11 out of 10. That was
Yeah.
crazy. But it was also like I ruined the aura because I was like, yeah, hold on. I gotta talk to you about this hot sauce.
All good.
Small
Yeah,
wins
dude, wins of
to
the year.
start.
I know last week we riffed on some L's and stuff, but yeah.
Small win. Well, I want to say like a medium win. Like definitely getting like our DM setting program going with my personal brand and moment. So that's been super helpful. Within the first month of hiring a DM setter in August, it's just been like a consistent like anywhere from the like first month I think she closed like 9K. The following month she closed like 15, and it's just like slowly building. So that was really awesome because like before, dude, I'd be texting everybody like on like just like messaging, and I'm like, this is
I thought it
exhausting.
developed arthritis in his hands.
No, for sure, yeah, decurvain,
Yeah,
tenosynovitis.
yeah.
No, but it was great to get a DM setter and just like be able to have someone that talks to everyone, make sure that they have a touch point. And then Carla, she's awesome. She makes notes of like what people want to learn. So like that becomes like content shoot days for our team.
Mhm.
So it was just, yeah, you got back at least 2 hours a day from not having to do DMs. And again, is it like is it like absolutely perfect? No, right? Like I'm looking for like an 80 to 90% output of relative of what I would do.
Mhm.
But at the same time, like I've got a lot of stuff on my plate. So like I didn't want to be in the DMs all the time. Now there are times where I do need to respond. That's why we have the Slack, right? So like she's always sending me stuff where it's like I don't know how to respond to this, or like, hey, someone's asking about something that isn't related to, our services. And then it's just been really efficient to have something like that installed in the business.
I love that. Have you seen like an uptick in the number of evals since she's taken over, or I guess uptick in the number of evals from DMs since she's kind of taken over it?
No, I would say a lot of that stuff has really helped with moment education side of things. There's been she books about anywhere from like 5 to 10 evals per
Oh
month.
yeah,
So it's still solid, right? Still super solid.
yeah.
But
Especially just from
we're
like
like,
one acquisition panel, like that's really good.
yeah, and the quality of like the people that come through from the DMs are actually pretty solid. Especially for like the moment education side. Obviously, she's done stuff with GGC and she's
Mhm.
gotten some great people through the door. Um, the the it took so much coaching in the beginning because like we had people
Yeah,
that were getting on calls and I'm like not like that qualified yet, so then we have to keep like going back to the script or refining the script. But yeah, it varies. Like on a good month, like she gets like about like 10 evals. On like so month, it's about 5.
hell yeah. I guess yeah, kind of similar along the lines of that. One of the big wins for me this year was really being able to kind of like understand and how to develop up like an SDR team. I know at the beginning of the year we were at like 1.5 SDRs, and then towards the end of this year we're at 2 now, and then we just brought on and hired a third one that's going to start in January. But kind of refining the process of how do we actually hold either daily huddles, how to actually onboard someone up to KPI. To be able to book the number of evals that we need them to book on a weekly basis has been awesome, and it's been like so cool to see our uptake in number of evals every single like month since we actually do onboard somebody new. But yeah, like a lot of, I think we talked about this last week, but like one of the things that I learned from this was really just like, hey, how much bandwidth can one SDR handle from like, either total number of calls or total number of evals they can, or leads that can handle at any kind of given point in time. And so, as unfortunate as it is with us having to lose one early at the very beginning of this year because I didn't know what was the appropriate number of like output. Now we do kind of slowly start to kind of figure out, hey, like what is that fine line of maximum productivity that somebody can give while still not burning out and still being like able to kind of generate a good bit of revenue for the business. But yeah, like these SDRs, they're sick, man. Like I think by far they are probably like one of the most important roles within like cash practice. Really, just like calling these people, getting them qualified through the discovery call and then booking them and sending them for the appointment for our PTs on the schedule. But yeah, I'm like really excited to kind of see how this next year goes, especially once we do add on this third one and really start to ramp things up.
Yeah, I'm in a similar boat. It's like I sat down because I was like, fuck, I'm like so again, I don't have much capacity right now because I'm sick this past week. So I sat down with like I know you're familiar with Tanner Cadester.
Yep.
He's like a biz coach, but I was doing one of his mindset stuff. It's got like a God power mindset OS kind of thing that he does. And it's just like I am that I am, and you just like say what you want to be,
Mm-hmm.
and then you say it every morning, and then he has like a life board. It's essentially like every single year you plan out what you want your life to look like, trips that you want to have, things that you want to do, business goals, and that's one like personally. It's just like next year it's all just working on the business, and I've pretty much transitioned myself out of the business and like the day to day treatment side. But I think it would be so dope to eventually scale a lot of our follower ads so that I have one DM setter for my page personally, one DM setter personally for PTP, one DM setter personally for a woman education. So that's definitely one thing that I'm super pumped for in 2026 is dialing in a lot of our follower ads and then having a personal DM setter for those roles so that you don't have people, missing things. But we've it's similar to our next one. It's like I finally have like the dashboard set up for follower ads, and we're
Mm-hmm.
running it from Moment PTP. So New York has just been so freaking tricky, man, with ads. Like even we did great in November with a 4-to-1 ROAS, and then in December it's like we got cooked because we're right next to two massive things. We're next to the Fifth Avenue shopping district. So
Oh
there's
shit,
so
yeah.
many. We're next to the Rockefeller tree. We're next to Bryant Park ice skating rink,
Hmm.
and that probably sees, if I had to guess, 1 million people. Like
Yeah.
we probably get millions of tourists. So the follower ads have been something that just constantly tinkering with. We're still going to be doing a lot of meta ads, and we're going to be refining it more and more. It's just crazy during the holidays in New York because we get so many tourists.
Yeah.
But follower ads, it's been a nice way of like generating more followers to PTP. We leverage our strength, which is social media, and then there's DM conversations and stuff happening. But yeah, we've probably been more like close to like a 2 to 1 right now. But I'm still trying to refine our DM scripts, and we're using carousel ads currently to build that.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, dude, 2 to 1 is still good, man. Even honestly, I was even thinking too, like, I'm honestly probably okay even just breaking even. And the reason why is because like you don't necessarily account for like the people who like refer, who close and refer, right? So that's also added. And then also too the people who do close, then also convert onto back end like membership. So you also have like an extended LTV too. And so I just think I was like, man, like even, if we spend all this much and we break even, like it's still like gonna be a good month. And especially too, like in December, it's like from what I understand, it's one of the most expensive months to advertise, to run paid ads, because you're competing with like all these other like massive brands that are also like spending money for, the holidays to get in front of people as well too. But from what I hear, dude, things should be trending up in January. That's where all these like big advertisers slowly start to die down. So yeah, if you're running ads in December and then you roll it into the new year, should be pretty solid.
Yeah, when the Andromeda updates with meta ads, it's
Yeah.
actually been pretty cool because I think it just plays to like my personal strengths of like creating content, right? It's just
Hmm.
like creating hi-fi content, lo-fi content, and then creating different things, whether it's carousels, reels, etc., static illustrations. So no, I'm excited. I think 2026 is like the main emphasis obviously is scaling marketing and sales constantly.
Love
And
it.
then I've got on a light board 2027 is just like offloading marketing and sales.
Hell yeah. Um, One of the big like mindset wins I had this year was really with like spending money on ads. And it's like kind of funny because like I talk a lot about ads, man, right? But I know like even before this year and even beginning this year, I would like once we kind of hit around like 10K per month in ads, I'm like, man, like how do I optimize maybe like the creative so that we can get a lower cost per lead? For whatever reason, like in my mind, I was just like so fixated on like not like spending more than 10K per month on ads. I don't know why I was just like, all right, 5 figures, whatever. It's like that's a shit ton. But then like towards the back half of this year, for whatever reason, I was just like, I saw this thing where it's just like, hey, it's like you just have to do it, right? And I think like once I actually did it and spent like 15K and then 20K and then 25K, and I realized that shit was actually totally fine. It was like almost like a massive unlock for me. It's like, hey, we can spend this money and we're still gonna generate it on the back end. Like it's okay. You just have to like trust the process. But it's just funny because like, on a lot of the things that we coach people through, we're like, hey, like you just have to take action on it, right? You just have to do it, like it'll be fine. And then I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh shit, all right, like I just have to do it. And lo and behold, like we're averaging around like 20, 25K a month in like ad spend, and like things are like rolling as they should. And it's like for me, it's just like kind of really, really relieving because now I know like, hey, I can spend that amount and I'll still be able to make it back and then some this month, and like things will be totally fine. So I know for me, like that was like a big massive shift in terms of just like comfortability, or just being uncomfortable spending that amount, or being more comfortable now. So yeah, in this next year, continuing kind of looking to ramp that up. One of the big things too that we've done this year is just understanding how to like slowly increase the number of ad spend while maintaining profitability. So one of the ways we've been doing that is just like coming up with more creatives and more coming at the offer with like multiple different angles. Because before at the beginning of this year, we would maybe have only just like 3 or 4 ad creatives, and then we would just like put more and more money into that one specific ad creative. And like especially with like local brick and mortar, what we soon realize is like you have massive ad fatigue because there's only a certain number of people in your area. So you always have to kind of like continue to like refresh the different creatives are coming at it from like a different perspective, so that it may resonate with other people in your area. And so towards the back half of the year, like we've been really able to kind of like effectively do that at large. And I think like I was like looking at our ads manager the other day. I think we have like close to around like 30 to 40 ads like that are live right now, which is like a massive
Yeah.
uptick from the beginning of this year, where we were only where we were only testing out like 2 or 3 creatives per month. And so just being able to kind of like crank that up and really understand even a lot more into depth in ads has been like just like I don't know, there's makes me feel a lot more confident going to the new year. Like, hey, we can actually duplicate this again, and then also too like continue to ramp it up as well without worrying about, hey, like, am I going to lose money on this?
Yeah. The drama update thing is actually super sick because I think we were talking about this. It's, most, there's like so many different stages of awareness, right? Like problem aware, solution aware, etc. So it's like understanding like where someone is within that funnel and creating ads for that.
Mm-hmm.
So there are certain people that are ready to take action. So like that ad might literally be like, Peter showing like a UGC testimonial of a patient that says like, hey, the best investment I ever made was on Motion RX on my body. It's like those people already know who Motion RX is, so you don't need to introduce it because they've seen your ads. Another one could just be like a static image of someone saying like back to heavy lifting after back pain for 10 years at Motion RX. And the cool thing about this like new update is Peter's got 30 to 40 different ads running. The algorithm is so smart now because I think it's Facebook collaborated with NVIDIA on this. It'll actually figure out which one of the 30 to 40 ads they'll display to your to your potential clients in the most efficient way possible. And like you don't have to do anything anymore. You don't have to target it quite as much. You just have to create the creatives, and then the algorithm takes care of like what it shows. That's correct me if I'm wrong though.
Yeah, no, Andy hit it spot on. If anything, the new update has made it even easier for people to get into ads, because before this year, there used to be a lot of like technical stuff on the back end with like specific targeting based on like people's interests. But now the AI update has made it so easy, as long as you're targeting the right people with your call outs in your creative, the AI algorithm will basically go and find these people in your local area and then show it in front of them. So it's really cool. Yeah, like we'll have people that say all the time, like, yeah, I saw your guys' ad and I literally just walked out of the doctor's office and I had no idea who you guys were before. And I just like opened up my Instagram and all of a sudden, like your ad with like shoulder pain just started showing itself to me. And I clicked it and then here we are. So it's really cool.
There's if you guys have ever had what is it? Like let's say Peter and I linked up and we talked about paddleboarding, right? And all of a sudden it's like we never searched up paddleboard before, and all of a sudden ads will show up. Or like maybe like Peter searched up paddleboarding, but I haven't searched up paddleboarding. And all of a sudden my ads show up. I forgot someone
Yeah, bro.
in like
Like
the
I
tech
think it
world,
was
but
maybe like a month or two ago, we were talking about Rolex watches. And I swear to God,
yeah,
like literally later that week, I started getting different ads for Rolexes.
but that, you know what, I think what basically happens is if we spend time together and our phones are close to each other,
Hmm.
they take this hypothetical leap that we will share similar interests. So what you're getting will actually show up on what I'm getting.
Yeah.
So it's not like that they're actually listening. I think there's something that happens on the back end with the way that technology interacts. Like if our phones are close to each other and we spend an extended period of time next to each other,
Hmm.
the algorithm will be like, okay, well, if Peter's talking about paddleboarding, chances are like Andy's probably heard it. And we're going to start putting paddleboard ads in front of Andy. But
Yeah,
tech is
AI is sick,
unbelievable.
especially if like yeah, like the way it's trending. We can continue to optimize it for our practice. Like it'll just make our lives 10 times easier.
Yeah. No, that's freaking awesome. And I'm super pumped for next year. Other wins, man, I think we just had like amazing hires this year from the PT team. Like
Love it.
just super stoked. Like our team culture has gotten a lot better. And, you know, it's just like one of those things where like when you raise the standard a little bit and these guys love where they're at, they're super grateful, they work hard, they're constantly learning and developing, and they talk amongst each other as well, like on multiple things, back end, front end stuff. So just super blessed to have a great team. Like that was a huge, huge win this year.
Awesome. I would say a big one for me, I think, was still being able to have our practice grow. Actually, I was like thinking about this the other day, man. I was like initially pissed. So this year we ended at like 1.39, and then last year we ended at 1.2, and I was like looking, I was like, fuck, like why did we only grow like 200 k this year? And then I also realized too, it was like, dude, I also spent way less time like working on like Motion RX. Like this year, like spent a lot more time also too with like doing stuff with like GGC, also like just spending time for like training and stuff in personal life. And so I think that was also too like a big one. I think like honestly, if your business can even just like maintain or stay the same where it was the year before, but you spent like less time in it or on it, like that is a win in of itself, man. So yeah, originally I was like kind of irritated, but I was like, you know what, like no, like we have a lot of really good systems set up in place. Like this next year, like we're gonna crank it up, for sure.
Yeah, we had a insane year. So hitting like a 7-figure year is honestly like one of those things where it's just like, holy cow.
Huge, man.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, we had a PR. What was it? We had a PR quarter followed by a PR month, followed by a PR week. Like, and every single like, it was just like, holy cow. And I just remember thinking to myself, like, never thought we would make like certain revenue markers within like back then it was like, oh man, 40K month, this is insane. And then like
Mhm.
having like a couple of 40K weeks where I was like, holy cow. Um, just fucking, yeah, like that was definitely a shocker. I think that it's weird, right? Because like you hit these markers and you think that you're going to be like infinitely happier. Just like, yes, like you know what I mean, like you think that like a lot of things will kind of fix itself, but I'm like I still truly believe money just amplifies like your current state,
Mhm.
right? So it's like I went through so many things personally this like past 2 years that like it didn't really do like it was stuff to celebrate for sure, right? Like we celebrated, had a dope omakase dinner, got ourselves some things, but man, like at the end of the day, it's like I still felt like I still I still put on my socks in the morning, still
Mhm.
went to work, like nothing changed. And I think the cool part is like nothing feels better than the first 10K month, man. The first 10K month, I still without a doubt say that is the best feeling.
Yep.
But I will say the win in this situation is like I genuinely do feel that if I was to be put in like any sort of industry, I could win. Like I can make something happen for myself. And I think that is like a great piece of mind personally. So like a huge win obviously is the revenue marker. But the second win is like, man, I'm still not even the best version of myself and we can make this
Mhm.
happen. So I just can't wait to see what happens when I continue to develop and work on the things I need to work on.
Yeah. It's like you hit this big revenue mark, and you kind of realize, like, dude, like there's still so much more to go, and we're just getting started. Um.
Dude, I was doing the life board, right? Like
Yeah.
of like this is where I want the revenue to be. This is like where I want the team to be. This is like what life looks like in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I got up to like 5 years. And then afterwards you start doing decades. I started realizing I'm like, this is why people get fucking depressed. Because like most of your things are surrounding business. So I started putting on more trips. I started putting on more skills, like random things that I wanted to learn. And that's gonna be a huge focus. Like I've been out of jujitsu now for like 2 years. So like I'm gonna get back into some form of like striking again, like or like combat sports. So like next year I got on a docket to like go box, like learn boxing. But yeah, just some advice for you guys. It's like if you're not happy now and you make more money, you'll be happy for like a split second and you go back to who you are before. Like you got to figure out how to make life like really fulfilling right now. And there's no like waiting around. Like if I had to like give myself like some advice in the beginning of the year, it's like just start now. Start being
Mhm.
happy now. Start feeling abundant now. Start feeling wealthy now. Feeling is different, right? But the cool thing is like when you start to feel and carry yourself as a person that has those things, you naturally get it or attract it.
I think the biggest thing is just like as long as you wake up feeling fulfilled and motivated, like that's really all you need. I think I saw this thing the other day where like the biggest danger for businesses is when the owner or the founder wakes up and decides he doesn't want to do that. He or she doesn't want to do this shit anymore. I'm just like, damn, yeah, like that's so true, right? But it's like the only reason you would get there is if like, hey, you either lose motivation or you kind of get to a point where the work you currently are doing, whether it's clinical or working on the business, doesn't leave you fulfilled in terms of like feeling like you're leaving an impact on the others around you or leaving an impact on this world. Right? But I think like as long as you continue to, still have that, then like you'll keep going, and that's really all that matters.
Yeah, there's a great quote by Dan Sullivan, and he wrote like 10x is easier than 2x, who, not how. He says the definition of hell is your last day on earth, the person you became meets the person you could have become. And I'm just like, ooh. So I put that on my thing. It's just like always trying to develop and get better, not in just in business, but like on every aspect of life.
Yeah.
But I read that and I was like, holy shit, that is insane.
It hits.
Like my goal
It makes you think.
is
It
just
makes
like,
you realize like there's not that much time left, dude.
yeah, like I just straight up successful business, but more importantly, great husband, great father, great friend, in phenomenal shape. Like I want to get to the point where someone looks at me and say, holy shit, how the fuck are you able to do everything? Right?
Yeah.
Like I think that's possible. Like we see people that do it in different industries. So like why not us?
Yeah, all of that. Win for me this year, dude. You remember how we did like vision boards at the beginning of the year?
Yeah.
I had it saved. So my screensaver on my phone, right, as well as like on my computer is like the vision board that I basically put on. And I was looking at it. I was like, I was able to hit like 7 out of the 8 things that I put on at the beginning of this year. So I'd say like that's pretty cool. That's pretty good. But yeah, I'll show you like so one of the one thing that I did not get was my marathon time. I put a picture on there at 2:59:59, and I did not hit it. I did hit a marathon PR, but I did not hit it. But that one is going to be repeated, right? But yeah, you can see here like one of the other things on here was just like a big ass mountain of like someone hiking it. And so, earlier this year, me and my wife Catherine, we ended up going to Guatemala and hiked a big ass volcano up there. We ended up getting puffed. It was all good. Another thing that I put on here was like a sunrise. And so, like one of the things that we did earlier this year was, I think, like halfway through the year, we ended up moving out to the beach. And so, like since then, like I'll basically go out there and like look at the sunrise at least like 3 times a week. Another thing that I've got on here is kind of like a wellness thing with like a cold plunge, sauna. Then same thing like towards the back quarter this year, and I'm getting a cold plunge sauna for our house. I'm really prioritizing recovery. Another thing on here was this event that I went to for gym launch probably about 2 years ago, and it was a picture of just like someone on stage, just like pumping out, hyping up the crowd, punching out a bunch of money and stuff. And I was like, dude, I want to do that and do a live event. And halfway through the year, we had our first like GDC live event, and obviously it wasn't to the scale of which Gym Launch did theirs, but it was still sick. First event that we did, and so I think there's a lot to be said about like just like figuring out, hey, like what do you want to be able to achieve at the beginning of this year, and staring at it and looking at it every single day. And so it's just like a good reminder, like, hey, cool, like we said we wanted to do this or achieve this at the beginning of the year. You look at it day after day, like, hey, have we tick that box off yet? If not, cool. Are we like maybe one step closer to checking that box off? And yeah, it's great. Like, I would definitely agree with Andy. It's not just about like business like goals and stuff. Like definitely have business goals on there, right? But also have a mixture of like, hey, what are some of your personal goals, relationship goals, maybe some travel goals, some fitness goals. So having a very well developed framework of like different things you want to be able to achieve is I think is just going to make you a better person at large. But I know definitely for sure, like a lot of things that I do in like training and fitness is boiled over into like a lot of the stuff that I see myself improving from like a business standpoint as well too.
And when you look at guys that like are in positions that ideally you would want to be in eventually, it's like with Tanner Cadester, right? It's like if you guys follow the guy's like a bro. Like he's
Yeah,
very much a bro, but he's like mindset is everything. Like mindset is everything. And I'm like, all right, at some point, like when people that are where you want to be, they say like mindset's everything. It's like, you gotta, right? So like, even in like the 2026 goals, we have 50 plus. My first one is 50 plus at the GGC Mastermind event. And like, we already got most of the hotels booked. Christy checked yesterday. I'm like, dope. That means we're going to have to get more hotel rooms. 10,000 total followers between GGC YouTube and Moment PTP YouTube. Got my first Rolex. Got 2 weeks in Miami with Christy and Oliver. Competency with ads and scaling a sales team to fully start working on a business. Rent out a restaurant with friends and family to celebrate birthday and a successful year. Start boxing at the cave. Learning how to swim. Tudor Black Bay 58 Burgundy. It's just like another watch. Sub 140 half marathon.
Let's
Full
go.
media team for personal brand and ads. And then the last one is just a picture of a park bench. It says spiritually, mentally, and physically fulfilled. So like every single morning, like I'm gonna come, and that's like another winner on my end. It's like I've probably repeated my mantra now this year a couple of thousand times to myself. So it's like daily routine, read personal manifesto, mantra with 5 breaths, 5 minutes of gratitude, 5 minutes of meditation, 120 ounces of water, 10 pages of reading. And then I look at the vision board. And if I do that every single day, one, like Peter said, it's like, it just allows you to direct yourself to something. If the screensaver is literally your vision board, you're constantly reminded, oh, I need to do this. Oh, I need to do this. Right. So if all of what you have is just business related, you might suffer from life stuff. But Peter's got business stuff, travel, work, personal, etc. And I think having something like this constantly, it sounds woo-woo, but it just attracts the energy to you. Like there are so many times this year where I'm like, how the fuck did that just happen? That's crazy. That's just crazy.
Yeah, and with a lot of these things too, it's like I would definitely recommend you guys like take some actual time and think about like what it is you want to be able to achieve. I think like for when I sat down and did mine, like I think it took like a whole like half a day for me to really think about, hey, like, all right, in different avenues of life, business, personal, like what are these things that I want to achieve, and like why do I actually want to be able to achieve them? What are by achieving these things, what will these things like achieve and bring for me, right? And so just take some time to think about it. And like I think like if you have like a deep connection to like the things that you're after, then it just makes everything like way much more worth it, especially too on like those days where you're just eating a shit ton of shit sandwiches, literally. And it just will allow you to kind of pull through to the other side.
Yeah, you got to know where you're going, right? Like you got it. Like at the beginning of every physical therapy evaluation, it's like, all right, where do you want to go? And like I think if you don't have anything, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be like, okay, that sounds better than currently where I'm at right now. Or like, oh, if I had that right now, yeah, it'd be pretty cool, right? And that's it. Like, and the crazy part about doing some of these like exercises, vision boards, goals is like you start to hear that fucking voice in your head, and a gremlin talk to you like, hey, do you actually think you can do that? Do you feel like you're actually worthy of something like that? What makes you think you can achieve these goals? And it's cool because it just lets you know, like, wow, I'm still incomplete. Like, there's still so much work that I can be doing, so many things I can improve on.
Yeah, no, I love that. Damn, I just lost my train of thought.
That's right. Another W is just going to be like bonusing the team at the end of the year. That was like probably the best feeling. We've had years, the past like couple of years were good, but not profitable enough to give like a substantial like bonus. And to be able to give that bonus this year and already have plans on the way to allow us to do that again next year, I'm just like, damn, dude, making money is dope. I'm not gonna like front, right? Like making money is fucking dope, but to be able to give more money to other people, there's no better feeling in the world.
Yeah. Did you guys where'd you guys go for y'all? Did you guys have a Christmas dinner?
No, everyone had crazy Christmas plans, so we
Yeah.
didn't. We're gonna run it back in January, but we have we probably have like 2 to 3 team dinners a year,
Love that.
and then we'll have like lunches and stuff like that we order in because we're all like kind of foodies. So it's
Yep.
always like, all right, once or twice a year we'll do like, like 2 times a year at least we'll do a team dinner, and like 2 to 4 times a year we'll order, or like I'll bring in like bagel sandwiches, something like that.
I feel like you can't live in New York and not be a foodie.
Oh, you gotta.
But yeah, no, I 100% agree with you, man. Being able to, yeah, bonus the team, take them out to nice Christmas dinner, and kind of just like hang out with. So also too, like some of their siggos. I think too that's like always like a big plus at the end of the year, for us as well. But yeah, good vibes going to the new year, man.
Yeah. I think the cool, like all of the things that you want for yourself are things that you should want for others. And I think the quicker that you can get it to wanting it for others, the quicker you actually get it yourself. So I was even thinking like this year, I was like, man, like it's crazy that I can actually afford to get myself like a luxury watch. And then I started thinking about like, yo, my middle brother has been holding it down for me, like from an emotional perspective, a lot of stuff on the back end. I'm like, I can't wait to get him a watch. And all of a sudden, thinking about that fucking made my fucking chest. I was just like, holy shit, that feels fucking amazing to think about like doing that for somebody else. And I started thinking, I was like, man, like eventually we're going to be so successful that like I'm going to be able to do that for someone on our team,
The whole
right? And you
team.
see this happen. The whole team is going to be iced out, but when you think about like some of the bigger companies and like people that work for those companies, it's like yeah, they get crazy bonuses. People get luxury items. People have gone on like vacations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think the cool part is like as you start to build your business, there's going to be a moment in time where you have enough, right? And I feel like I'm slowly reaching that point where like I have enough. Like I'm very happy with where I'm at. And now it's just like I want to make a bigger impact and I want to be able to provide for other people, right? Like one of my one of my personal manifestos, the last one, it says, "I am that I protect those who cannot protect themselves. I accept the responsibility that comes with strength and position." And it's like all of these things are things that I think make a very high character human being. It can't always be about you. It needs to be about everyone else that's part of your life that's helped you get to where you are.
Dude, what a beautiful way to end the podcast. I was gonna input something that was a little bit off topic. I remember what I said earlier. I was like, man, I can't. We gotta end it up with that.
No, 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 no. Come on. That would be so un-GGC of us. Like,
I was like, dude, that's so deep, man. I was like, man, that's good. That's we gotta.
but
Okay, so
personally, don't
yeah,
you feel the same though? Don't you feel
huh?
the same? You
So
feel the same exact same way.
yeah, no, 100%. No, I agree. Yeah, for sure. No, so the thing that I remember, it was talking about like goals and stuff, right? It was setting goals. One of the things that I didn't do this year that makes so much sense with setting goals is, aside from setting goals, you should also set like the inputs that you're going to do. So I think like a lot of times, like, hey, like, all right, this next year we want to hit like X number of revenue in the business. Okay, great. Like that's a great goal. But I think like what's even more important is like, hey, well, what do we have to do in order to like get there? Like what are the measurable inputs? Cool. Like do we need to get X number of evals like every single month? Or hey, do we need to hire on X number of people? Okay, well, what are the steps to do that? For like the one of the goals that we said about like hey getting the subscribers on YouTube, right? Cool. If the goal is 10,000 subscribers, that's an awesome goal. But I think what we can also measure too is like cool, like can we can we hold ourselves accountable to post maybe like 2 YouTube videos a month? Because I think like that makes sense. I saw that the other day. I forgot who. I wish I could give credit to the right person, but it's like if we can set goals as the inputs, like that makes so much like trying to think of the right word. It just makes a lot more sense than rather than setting kind of like a large like number or achievable goal without knowing like what the right steps are in order to get there.
Like, let's say you wanted to win the scoring championship for the NBA, right? So what can you do? It's like I'm gonna do 1,000 left-handed layups per
Yeah.
week. So if I do 1,000 lefty layups, it's like I know that, especially if the lefty layup is a weakness. So I've got very similar. It's like I create that, and then I've got weekly and monthly checkpoints that I do every single week and every month, and then I have monthly, quarterly, and yearly goals. So that's like where you start to break it down. Where like this is the yearly goal. Okay, what can I accomplish per quarter, and what can I accomplish every month? The yearly goal is there, but I kind of create the monthly and quarterly goals as it starts to evolve, and
Love
then
it.
it's just like yeah, post every single day on social, once a week, YouTube, like all those things, and then as you get better at it, all of a sudden a year passes, you're like fuck, did what I said I was going to do. But I 100% agree with Peter. It's like any goal that you have, turn it into a daily habit and just commit to doing a daily habit. And I will say one thing right now, it's like that daily routine I told you, I'm trying to go 90 days in a row without stopping. Like, I won't miss a day of meditation. I won't miss a day of reading 10 pages. I won't miss a day of drinking 120 ounces of water. If you commit to anything for 90 days, you'll be a completely different person after those 90 days. It's the same reason why people do 75 hard or hard 75, whatever, and they're a completely different human being afterwards, right? Because you become someone that's capable of sticking to something for an extended period of time.
Love it.
All right, squad, this is the last one.
That's the whole year, man. Whole year of GGC podcast episodes.
Yeah, we got there's just, I don't even know what to say. First off, I want to thank my
it's been a fun year, guys. Like, honestly, like, hopefully y'all had a ballin' ass year too, man. And took some time to reflect, and definitely, these next couple of days, today's December 30th. Got a couple, I think one more day. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve. Take some time to reflect about what we want to, achieve in the new year.
Fuck that. Take some time and give us a 5-star review. We are 43 5 stars.
Yeah, and sign up for
That's ridiculous. Yeah. March 21st to 22nd. If you're trying to pull up to the live event, you got to fill out the intake form. You can check out all the free resources. You could obviously schedule a strategy call if you're interested. But guys, come on. We've been putting out gems, and we are at 43 5-star reviews. We got to be averaging at least one a week. We got to get that up. We got to get that up. That's all I got to say. But Peter, you're going to say something?
I lost my train. I was trying to be some motivational, but give us some reviews, and we'll keep the good stuff coming. But cheers, guys.
Let's go.
Let's rip another year of good vibes, good content, and we'll catch y'all in the new year.
Happy New Year, y'all. Peace.